In this edition of Caribscope, we hear about some illegal settlers in Belize, and we meet St. Lucian Jamie Peterkin. Brathwaite, and this is Caribscope. In many nations of the world, finding potable water is difficult, and sometimes when it is found, people have to trek long distances to get it and to take it back to their families. A method of procuring water was demonstrated recently in the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And according to Gideon Hanneman Singh, this method can assist Caribbean countries in securing water.
Like most Caribbean countries, Trinidad and Tobago's potable water supply is generated from rivers, freshwater springs, and impounding reservoirs. Total daily production averages 190 million gallons from 6 major facilities and a number of smaller production plants. At present, there is a supply-demand deficit of 20 million gallons per day, which WASA is addressing through a number of initiatives, including upgrading of several installations to increase production capacity and construction of new pipelines to improve its transmission and distribution network. But even with this $2 billion investment, there is no assurance of a guaranteed supply based on its traditional procurement methods, which often fall victim to the vagaries of adverse weather conditions. In 1998, the El Niño phenomenon registered the naked truth about the vulnerability of these traditional procurement practices when large quantities of reservoir storage evaporated during the extended dry spell, impacting negatively on supply to customers, particularly in Tobago. Conversely, in the rainy season, too much rainfall produces untreatable muddy surface water, creating intolerable shortages in a time of plentiful water. Cognizant of these realities, the government of Trinidad and Tobago initiated a pilot project using the mega watershed paradigm and associated proprietary exploration technology to resolve a long-standing water shortage problem on the island of Tobago.
In ETI's experience in over 200 projects around the world, Tobago has many unique qualities that make it favorable for mega watershed development out of bedrock aquifers. For example, on the whole top part of the island in the north, there is a rainforest that has been protected for hundreds of years from human encroachment and from development. And that rainforest catches vast quantities of rain, stores it, filters it, and that water then goes by gravity flow into the fractured rock beneath the forest and gradually out into the sea, where it is lost for human use forever.
Bison's ETI, in conjunction with local contractors Lennox Petroleum Services, was offered a build, owned and transfer or BOT contract by the government to explore and develop 2 million gallons of water from bedrock aquifers within a 12-month period. They brought to the island over 20 years of collective experience and expertise from successful groundwater development projects in the most arid areas of the world. The first phase of the ETI joint venture exploration was a comprehensive process of data collection and analysis to produce a map of favorable zones that involves satellite imaging, ground reconnaissance, geologic mapping, and bedrock drilling. The latter generates a keen sense of anticipation, as every borehole is a journey into the unknown. Once a large fracture is encountered, water gushes out of the borehole. The flow is diverted into a cyclone, where borehole cuttings are collected and examined to construct a detailed well log. A video log of the borehole after drilling shows the extent and orientation of the fractured zone. This mega watershed concept is relatively new and a technology introduced for the first time to the Caribbean with phenomenal results, producing over 4 million gallons of drinkable spring quality water within a period of 12 months. Within 1 year, WASA has been able to solve a 40-year problem on the island of Tobago for 1/20th the cost of an alternative surface impoundment.
I would say this is the best application of technology that I've ever seen to solve problems or real problems that are facing common people in this part of the world.
One of the beneficiaries of this groundwater development project is the island's tourism sector, and in particular the hotel industry, which has endured significant embarrassment over the years due to the lack of water.
We were suddenly given the chance to have crystal clear water of very good quality, of plenty supply, that I don't have to worry anymore. Will I be forced, like in the past other hotels had to do on the island, to restrict water? You basically told the client, sorry, but as of 11 o'clock till 6 o'clock, you can't take a shower. So, no, I'm very grateful to this project because they provide us with a steady water supply now.
Bedrock aquifer systems have many advantages over the traditional procurement methods, especially in island economies with scarce financial resources and a heavy dependence on tourism. The water is clean and requires very little treatment. Most aquifers have a high recharge rate, and this type of production does not require expensive storage facilities. Errol Grimes, president of the Caribbean Water and Wastewater Association, endorses the mega watershed concept and believes its exploration could make this essential commodity more accessible to quench the region's thirst and assist in its economic development.
This new type of groundwater technology is very cost effective, and in terms of implementation, very timely. It takes a very short time frame when compared to development of surface water sources. It brings relief to customers very quickly. Groundwater traditionally requires less treatment than surface water sources. Really, I think this technology can be used all of the islands in the Caribbean. It's something that could be emulated.
In Trinidad and Tobago, the groundwater development program is one element of an integrated approach to solving the nation's water problems. This initiative is being complemented by a comprehensive overhaul of the major facilities and construction of additional production capability. Additionally, WASA will reroute from the Point Lisas industrial estate 12 million gallons of water per day for domestic use when the desalination plant comes on stream later this year. In the meantime, the island of Tobago now has water for all, and the water utility is currently improving its distribution network to better serve the 55,000 inhabitants in the sister isle. Gideon Hanumansing in Port of Spain for Caribscope.
Our next stop is the Central American country of Belize. Stay tuned.
Montserrat was first colonized by the Irish and later the French, and then the British took possession. She elected to remain a British colony in 1967.